I'm taking time to breathe, relax, explore, see, and experience life. Tune into my fantabulous voyage. Hello, welcome back to my fantabulous voyage. And today I'm going to be talking about some of the things that were easy for me to do when I got ready to leave, and some of the things that were like very hard for me to do when I got ready to leave. So if you don't know, if this is your first time watching the channel, so what happened is that I basically left the US and I am gone and I'm traveling. So right now I am in Mexico. I am in Playa del Carmen, and yeah, I'm just doing what I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. And that's what I'm doing. And so with that being said, when I left everything, meaning that I don't have a house to go to, I don't have an apartment to go to, I don't have a home or place that I left that I will be going back to, whenever the time comes for me to go back. None of that is what I have. So I decided to basically, almost like the Beverly Hillbillies, pack up my stuff, all of my stuff, the things that I could carry with me, and just go and travel and venture out. So yeah, I'll have to make another video and talk about what I actually ended up buying, because that's actually going to be on the cons list for me. Um, and let's just start with that since we're talking about it. So one of the things that was hard for me to do was to give up my clothes. So when I say that I left all my stuff and either I sold it or I gave it away or I have it on me, have it with me right now. Those are really the only options. There may be like one or two things that I have somebody holding for me, but it's really not much. And I'm probably not gonna go back and try to get it or say, hey, this is mine already for this now, unless I realize there's something I really, really, really want that I have this person holding for me. But anyway, giving up my clothes was the hardest thing. Like, I feel like I'm one of those people that don't attach to items easily, but it was hard. Like, I wanted to cry. I was on the verge of crying. Like, crying. Like, I think for me, clothes is about expressing who you are. It's about showing your personality. And it's like, how am I supposed to express who I am without my clothes? So they get to see you without talking to you. They get to know who you are without talking to you. It was so hard for me. In order for me to give away my clothes or to throw them away, someone had to actually sit with me and say, you know what, let's get a pile that says you're taking this. This is a maybe pile. This is a pile that says if we have enough room after we have went through the 100% things that we're taking, and this is the ones that we don't mind giving away, and these are the ones that we're going to throw away. I had to have all these piles, because if I would have just said let's just throw all this away, I would have had an emotional breakdown, I believe. So yeah, that's how it worked for me. So there were things I knew 100% that I was taking, and things that I was like, I want to take this, but it just doesn't make sense for me to take it. For example, I'm a hat fanatic. I love hats. So it was hard for me to give up my hats. But I had to. Okay, so there were some hats I was able to give up easily. There were other hats that I loved. And then there was one that was like, this is not negotiable. It's just coming. It's coming with me in this one suitcase that I plan on bringing. It's coming with me. I'm like, forget underwear, forget socks, forget shoes. Yeah, this hat, that's what's coming. So yeah, so things that was hard for me. So clothes, giving up my clothes, and yeah, I had to make those separate stacks and separate piles in order to allow myself to em- emotionally detach from them slowly. So when I got to the things that I knew I was gonna take, I was like, yeah, I don't really have time for this other stuff. So maybe y'all can just hold it for me. Actually, you can just have it. So I had to work myself up into giving it away. And again, I feel like I'm not really attached to stuff. So it was weird for me being attached to stuff. But in the end, I made it. So something else that was hard for me was leaving my family. And actually, it was leaving my daughter. My parents are in Mississippi. I stayed in Texas. My daughter is grown, of age, has, a job, has her own place, has a car, has all these things. So I'm not leaving like a little kid. I'm leaving a full grown person. And it was hard for me to say it. So when I think about it, it's like when she was getting ready to go to college, I didn't have a problem. I was cool with that. But then when it was like it's time for me to like leave her, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. Like, I really didn't think I could do it. But I had a conversation with her. We talked about it, and so she's going to come out here, a little while after I've been out here for a visit, a very little while, a very short time period after I've been out here. And she's going to come and visit. So that made me feel better and it made her feel better. Um, so that was kind of how we handled that, and knowing that she has her own life and her own things going for me, that also going for her, that also helped me, kind of be okay with leaving her. What also helped me was the fact that I have close friends that are there as well, and they are watching her for me too. And so there is actually one good friend that, she has a daughter the same age as my daughter. And so they kind of grew up together as best friends. Me and her, like, we're best friends. And so it's kind of like she can see her as like a second mom, kind of like she's been there for a good part of her life. And the fact that they have a relationship, she knows how to get to my friend's house. My friend, actually, I need to see if my friend has her address, has my daughter address, so she know how to get to her house. If not, I'm sure her daughter has her address and can tell her how to get there. She don't. But yeah, yes, thanks for reminding me. That's what I need to do. So yeah, so that made me feel better too, knowing that there were people who could check on my daughter if need be, if something went down and I couldn't get there. Let me also say a plus is that from Texas to Mexico is only like a few hours, like a couple of hours, a little over a couple of hours really. So it's like, okay, if something happens and I need to get back, I can just hop on a plane and be there, same day or next day at the latest. Um, yeah, so did that. Another thing that was like hard for me to do was that the friend I just talked about, like, I've known her since I stayed in Texas. Like, we started at the same job at the exact same time in the same training room. She sat next to me. We both came to Texas from out of state at the same time. She has a daughter the same age, same grade as my daughter was at that same time. Like, we were both single moms. Like, we just had so much in common and we just hit it off, and we were friends and have been friends ever since then. And so having dinner with her and realizing that um I'm gonna really miss you. Like, we literally raised our kids together. Like, we've had times that we've cried and times that we've laughed and we've shared. And it's like, I didn't realize how much I was gonna miss her until we like had that last dinner together before I left. And yeah, I think a couple of tears were shared. So yeah, my close friends, my daughter, like, those were the things that were the hardest for me. Oh, and clothes. Don't forget clothes. Yeah. So let's go to something else. Let's talk about the things that were easy for me to like leave behind, right? I was in Texas for like, it was over 10 years. And me being there over 10 years, I had no problem with leaving Texas. I was like, yes, that means deuces. Deuces, holla, peace out, bye, sayonara. all of those things. Yeah, I had no problems leaving Texas. What else? Selling my car. I had no problem with selling my car. Like, there was no attachment for me to my car. I was, I'm thankful and grateful for my car. Actually, I got like a little extra on top of it, so I'm grateful for that. The process of selling my car was extremely easy. I went to CarMax, very easy. You could do most of it online. When you get there, basically, they're just going to check the car, make sure that there's nothing major wrong with it, everything that you said was going on with it, or that, make sure no problems are going on with the car. If that's settled, if that's fine, they're going to say, hey, if you want us to buy the car, let us know. Here's your offer letter. Go to the business office. They're going to cut you a check today, right now, ASAP. And that was pretty much what happened. They checked my car. It was fine. Went to the business office. They cut me a check. Um, I didn't, but I could have really signed it and, deposited it on my mobile app, like right there while I was inside, still there. But I didn't. Actually waited till I got home and did it. And I was out. That was the process. I was out most of it online, and I was there maybe like I was probably there for at least like 2 hours, mainly because of the business office part. They were calling the lender of my car to confirm the payoff amount, confirm the address and all those things they needed, my ID and payoff information per diem and all of that. So after that, they really truly just gave me a check and I was out. And that was probably like one of the easiest things that I did, selling the car. I had no attachment to it. My apartment, I had been in my apartment like a couple of years. So leaving my apartment, well, I had been in that city a couple of years. So leaving that city, I wasn't attached to it, although I really liked the city. I liked the neighborhood that I was in. I liked the area that I was in. But I wasn't attached to it. That was easy for me. That was easy for me to leave. What else? As for right now, those are the only things that I could think of. If something else comes up, I'll definitely let you know about it. If I think of something else that's like, hey, that was easy or that was hard for me, as well. And but other than that, I'd say it's fine. Things were great. Things worked out. Things worked out for me. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.